Hey, hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. Hello Facebook. Let me get my camera right. Hi everybody. It's 6 o'clock, you guys. I feel like I am crooked. No, that's not looking right. But it's gonna be okay today. Hey everybody. Hello. I missed y'all over the weekend. Whew. It's 6:01. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Look over my notes. I got a little game for y'all we gonna play today. Ooh, I hope everybody had a great weekend. It is Monday. It's a new week. It's a new week for those of you who start a new week on Monday, but for some of us, it's just a continuation of last week. Ah, oh, my YouTube is doing something crazy. Let me try and fix it. Yeah, so like I said, happy Monday. It is. Can you believe it? It is December 18th already. Like time just keeps flowing. It waits on no one. That is one of my sayings. I've been saying that saying. I've been using that saying for so many years because it's so profound. And people, people choose to do with their time as they choose. They have the right. So I always say, time waits on no one, so waste no time. Which, for those of you who know me, like when I say things and do things like that, it just causes me to work. So sometimes I do need to take time off. You caught my live last week, Friday. I talked about mindset and how, important it is for you to take time off and, really focus on yourself. Self-care is the highest form of admiration for yourself. Give yourself time and attention. And if you are loving on yourself, no one can come into your space and love you inappropriately. That's how I see it. But that's just a little bit of here and there, just a little spiel. That is not what we're here to talk about today on Monday. It is now 6:03, so, and plus I'm already in a talkative mood, so I'm going to go ahead on and get started. So, for those of you who do not know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Nicole McCracken. I am a long-term licensed stylist I still am behind the chair. I am now slowly removing myself from behind the chair as much, but hey, I am 23 years in as a licensed stylist. I hold 3 state stylist license, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. I am a licensed educator for 10 years now, for a little over 10 years now. And I am a proud salon owner for 17 plus years now. And, that is what has propelled me to, create this workshop, which, follows behind a program that I had created a couple years ago. And it's been working phenomenal. Help a lot of salon owners out. And I transitioned to this workshop because, still engaging with new people that's entering in the industry and new individuals who strive, their aspirations are to become a salon owner. They're getting some things they're learning some things that, could really slow their growth as a salon owner. So I put this workshop together. It is a 4-day intensive workshop for salon owners to help you guys, you know, restructure, revamp. My workshop is here to give you all the tools, strategies, and insights from my standpoint that has helped me maintain my business for 17 years now, and the strategies that helped my salon, Kim Nico's, here in Monroe, North Carolina, make it through the pandemic. And not to toot my horn, but in 2020, after being shut down for 4 years, my salon was still able to generate 6 figures. And that was with me, myself being out of the salon for 2020 for about 5 months of the year. Because I was out of the country. I was in Senegal for about 4.5 months of 2020. So, I'm only saying that to let you know that you too could create the structure that'll give you time off, and that will allow you to really, run the business of your dreams. So that's my spiel about Kim Nicole's and about myself, and tell you about my workshop. But I'm gonna move on to the topic today, because I'm a little excited about this little game that I put together. It's not really a game, but it's something that we just had our, let me do some backtracking. We just had our Christmas dinner. My staff and us, the staff and myself, we just had our Christmas dinner Sunday of this weekend, and we discussed, what we normally do, which is a good question. What do you guys do at your staff meetings or at your Christmas dinners? Do you guys talk about, plans for the future, for the next year? Do you guys go over, what has transpired the current year? Like, I'm just curious to know. I would love to know what do you discuss with your staff when you're having holiday gatherings, not necessarily your staff meetings, because I already know or have an idea what should be discussed in staff meetings, but just your holiday gatherings or your small time gatherings whenever you and your staff meet out. Is that something that you do? Because I have come across a couple salon owners who don't do a lot of engaging with their staff. To each his own, not judging or putting anything out there. To each his own. You run your business the way you feel comfortable. It is your business. That is one thing I do stress. That is why in my workshop and my program, Cutting to Success and Salon Success Intensive 4-day workshop, I'm big on individuality. I'm big on we as the salon owner, the leader of our pack, having a clear, precise vision so that you can deliver it, so that you can articulate it, so that you can have it translated and transferred to the people that come into your business. So, I love individuality, which, again, people who know me know at one point in my salon, I used to have a dress code, all black attire. Oh my God, I love to see stylists in all black. To me, it just emphasized clean, crisp, well put together. Even though some black don't be black, some, some people do step out, but it happens. But having that structure, when we first opened, it did set precedent in my mind. But what I did come to realize, what I did realize later on, hey, Miss Coffer, hey, Miss Miller, I am happy you ladies was able to jump on. If you know other salon owners, please share, tell them that, I'm trying to drop a few jewels. Hopefully they can pick it up and implement it and help them, keep growing. But one thing that I had to that stood out to me with me having the all black structure is I didn't get to see each one of my stylists' individual personality. I got a glimpse of it in our conversations, in our interactions, but style wise, it shows individuals' personality. That's how a lot of us get to express how who we are without verbally saying anything is in our attire. So after a while, which was during my one time of me sitting back and analyzing and revamping, and I did surveys. I had my stylist. I sat down with the stylist and talked to them about the changes that I was thinking. You are so right. Yeah, individuality is important. That is one thing that I always stress with my stylist. With my stylist coming in and staying in the salon with me. That is like a must. I love for you to know who you are. But like I tell all my new stylists that come into the salon, and new people in the industry, you have to take time to learn who you are, which takes me to another conversation that we just had. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's right. A good survey, it does help us out as a salon owner. I used to do surveys for all new stylists, all new clients that come in. First thing, it'll let me know how did they hear about us. It'll let me know what their preference is, you know, how they enjoy the atmosphere. It'll give me insight on their journey when they enter into the atmosphere, and then it'll let me know things that may happen when I'm not in a salon, like how where there was greeted. I used to have all these questions on my survey for new clients to come in, and pick out. And it did, when I say it helped me out a lot. It helped me come up with new policies and new things to implement for the salon. Like I said, one of them was changing the wardrobe from all black to whatever you felt that was whatever you felt like wearing, as long as it was professional and wasn't offensive to anyone. I was cool with it. And I'm not gonna tell you no lie, I loved when I transitioned from the all black to letting all my staff be themselves. It was just like I seen a change in their face. I seen a change in their spirit. It was like they didn't have a restriction, or there wasn't anything that was holding them back. Not saying that, being able to wear what you want, or having a dress code will stop or slow down or, diminish one's creativity, but having that freedom, having that choice, having the option, and having the opportunity to make that decision, it does help build on one's creativity. And the field that we in, it thrives on us as stylists and salon owners to stay in tune with our creativity. Yes. Creatives don't like, yeah, you're so right. We do not like any type of restrictions. So with that being said, that was one of the changes that I made. And that was one thing that helped a lot of my stylists, stay and evolve. And all jokes aside, having that person being able to, reflect your inner personality in an outward way, it helps them build clientele. You attract what you put out. So a lot of the stylists that like to wear a lot of vibrant things, vibrant colors, they attract attention. People look at them. It just helped build their sense of self, and then it helped build their sense of the salon. And that in itself was just one thing that helped help me sustain and help me grow. so far. And that is that. How did I get to this? Oh yeah, talking about the Christmas party and having a discussion with my staff yesterday. And oh yeah, I was asking salon owners, jot down in the comments what you guys do when y'all have y'all Christmas gatherings or your holiday adventures, or whenever you just have an outing with your staff. Versus whether you're a commission salon, an hourly salon, or independent, a booth rental salon. You know, what what things do you talk about at the end of the year to help build and help reassure that your staff has the attention and you know is have the feelings that they need to go into the next year? Like, another conversation as I keep going back to our Christmas dinner, talking with some of our newer stylists that newer in the industry. They feel right now is the time for them to 2023 has been a year of being somewhat stagnant. I tell all stylists and salon owners that we go through that through our seasons, but that's when you have to dig deep and come up with a plan. At least have some actionable activities and things that you can do that will help build build you up during those times. Whether it's building your spirit up in what you're available to do, or what you can achieve. Um, Also building up your skill set, taking classes, just learning new ways of delivering, some of the same tactics that you've been doing. Cuts. So learn a new cutting technique, learn a new gliding way, learn how to hold your shears with it, learn the difference between one brand shears versus another brand shears. It's so many things that you could do. So many things. But Yo, I just went back to the topic that I was supposed to be talking about today is have you ever like for salon owners, like I said, talking to my staff for our Christmas party, and then earlier today, I don't know, this have you ever talking with them, the Christmas party made me think of all of the things that I've been through as a salon owner and all of the different people who have, came into the salon, worked with me. Some that, of course, the ones that have stayed, they're here thriving. Some have left and they're still thriving. Some have left and, are in other fields now doing other things. I always say thank you to every stylist who have ever graced our doors and, giving us a chance, to be in your presence by coming and working in my business. I am very appreciative because each and every one of you have taught me something. So, with that said, that fast forward me to today where I come up with this. Have you ever? I I am talking solely to salon owners because, and please don't if you I'm a bust out laughing because some of the things that come to my mind is comical to me. They make me laugh and I will laugh because have you ever? When I first think of have you ever, it's like, have you ever in a salon, dot, 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 dot. Like example, have you ever felt overwhelmed by ownership duties? Like an example, sanitation in the bathroom or common areas in the salon. If you have commission stylists or employees, of course you have sanitation rules and regulations that you have them, they are required to do. But when you have independents and independent stylists or contractors, you can put it in your contract that they are, obligated, of course, for their own sanitation rules that fall up under our licenses. But there are common areas in your salon that, some stylists may feel that they're not required to maintain because they are independent. And it is our responsibility, salon owners, to do those things. But have you ever have you ever had a stylist stand in your face and tell you that they're not cleaning up? Even though if you, the salon owner, did not, have this establishment here, they will not be here servicing the clients that is clearly utilizing the facilities that you have. So, have you ever? And what did you do about it? Like, how did you handle this conflict? How did you resolve this issue or this scenario or this situation? Like, that is how this little interaction, this little game, I call it a game because I have like maybe 6 or 7 have you evers that are, you know, as salon owners, we go through them. So I'm going to move on and ask, I'm gonna state them, and I'm gonna talk about, how I relate, how they relate to me, how I resonate with them, and certain scenarios that I've went through as a salon owner, um, which really makes me ask, you guys, have you ever? So I would love for you guys to jot down in the comments, whether you watching it live now or watching a repeat. Have you ever? And then share with me some of your have you ever's. Like I said, for example, I just used, have you ever felt overwhelmed by your daily ownership at duties and responsibilities? And do you wish to have a more streamlined process to running your business? If you have, you know engage, put in the comments whether you have or not, and how did you handle it? How did it make you feel? What did you do about it? Another, have you ever had clients just no show, and then last minute cancellations, and now your whole day is torn up, disrupted, flow off? Have you ever been through that? What did you do? Did you have a plan in place to slide someone else in that time? Did you have do you have, or did you have anything set up where if someone cancels, do you have a cancellation policy? Do you have anything that will help set your salon up for any of these incidents that may have happened? And if you haven't been through any of these things, or if you have and you do have a streamlined process already in place and it's working for you, share, put in the comments, let other salon owners know what you have going on. Another, have you ever struggled to retain staff? Hired someone, and within a week or two or a month or two, things just was not working out. And if you have, how did you handle it? Did you let them leave on their own, or did they leave with assistance? Which means you assisted them out the door with their stuff. How did you handle it? How did you combat that issue? Rather, the stylist just wasn't a fit because of creativity or skill set, or attitude, or whatever reasons persisted or showed themselves that made it, that they wasn't a fit, and you had to streamline and let them go. But have you ever been through that? And like I said, if you have prior to, if you have longevity in the game, if you're a seasoned salon owner, I'm pretty sure, I can bet my pretty dollar that you've been through some of these things, and you have actions that you took, some good, some could be better, that, help streamline your business, especially if you're still operating now. So, those things, put them in the comments. Let's talk about it. I would love to know because, everybody has their own way of handling issues. Have you ever felt like you were in a rut um, with your business as far as, being stagnant and not showing any type of upward projection? Have you ever, felt that you had to make a choice between quality of service and finances? For an example, if there's a line that predominantly preferably use majority of the time, but an instance arise that financially you may need to make some other arrangements or some other changes and decide on getting a lesser brand than what you prefer. That is making a decision over quality versus finances. Do you have policies in place and strategies to help, overcome? Salon Success Intensive 4-day workshop will definitely help you create a avenue so that, in the future, if these things do arise, you will have a plan of action. Yes, Miss Wilson, you have been stagnant before, honey. I can understand. In business, how did you what did you do? What tactics did you take to help get you out of that stagnation? What instances, what worked for you? What helped you get from being stagnant to having a more momentum in your business? What, let's talk about it, girl. Jot down in the comments why we here. And I appreciate it. Have you ever had a well, I already said, have you ever had to face um deciding quality over finances? Um like I said, in my workshop, it helps you combat those, and we dig deep into budgeting and financing so that you don't run into those issues. Says, okay, you hired a coach and they're in a great community. I know that's right, girl. I as well. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I did as well. I didn't know for a long time. A business coach was what I was looking for because when I first opened my business 17 years ago, I did take a couple business higher end business courses, but a lot of those classes, excuse me, a lot of those seminars and programs that I had joined, first of all, they I couldn't take anything from those classes and implement them right away into my business. So it was like after a while, I started feeling like they were not benefiting me. They were business oriented, but they were not concrete, or I couldn't implement them to my business right away. Now, things that I could streamline and start adjusting and working towards, maybe, but nothing that was helping me get from A to C right then and there. So, but years later, when I was finished, trying to do it my way and do it, myself. That's when I realized I needed to get a coach that was doing things that I needed to implement in my business. And that's how I came up with Miss Sandra and Sandra KMIU with Map to Clients and now Passion to Profit. But that in itself is also what streamlining me to become an educator and now a business coach that primarily specializes in salon management. So it's like everything is going full circle. So it's like, yes. But back to have you ever desired Just like, this ties along right with what you were saying, Miss Wilson. Have you ever desired as a salon owner to be a part of a community of like-minded individuals, other salon owners that's going through some of the same issues and, combating some of the same scenarios that you're going through? Like I said earlier, I love individuality. So everybody's not going to, derive at the same way of combating the issue like the other one. So being able to, talk with other salon owners and, you know, communicate and network, that's what you will get in my Salon Success Intensive 4-day workshop. And if you have ever felt that way, being a part of my workshop and joining my profit steps to building a profitable salon business, my private group on Facebook, you will be amongst other salon owners, other individuals that's, on a similar journey that has, decided to choose them and put them first so that they can build the ideal business that they dream about. So um, if you can say that you have ever been through any of these, have you ever that I mentioned in this live, my workshop is here to help you. Is here to aid in your next leveling. Is here to help you create a avenue so that if any of these issues do arise again, you'll have a plan in place. And, things won't feel so heavy or so weighed down on you. And you won't feel stagnant because you'll know that you have a way of diverting the issues and, handling the situation. So I got one more. Have you ever? Have you ever, as a salon owner, had a stylist tell you that they could be right where you are? The only thing that stopped them from getting there is outside sources, but they could be right where you are right at this moment. Have you ever? And how did you handle it? What did you do? For me, Jesus. I had to rub my temples and pray about it instantly. But, because I did have some conflict resolution plans and I had been doing role playing scenarios and I have been, put myself in the situation beforehand. So I didn't allow the situation to overwhelm me, which just being overwhelmed could cause you to make crazy decisions, could cause you to react inappropriately, and could cause you to be unprofessional. So, all of these things has, helped me make better decisions and handle situations that arise is because I had a plan of action and I, thought ahead of time what could happen. And because I have been through a lot of have you evers. So, all right. I'm gonna recap for those of you who don't know me. My name is Nicole McCracken, and what we talked about today was just have you ever, as a salon owner, have you ever been through any of these scenarios? Have you ever, had people stand in your face and do blah blah blah? Have you ever? I said in the beginning of this video, if you, a salon owner, feel like you have been through some of these have you ever, let's talk about it. Jot down in the comments. Let me know some of the things that you have been through that you would want to say have you ever, things that make you be like, oh my goodness, because we salon owners, we go through the most. And I know it's not just us entrepreneurs in general, but the business structure that we feel, we deal with so many different type of people in the public, and it's such a personal industry in our field. That's all I can say. All right, so you guys, my doors are still open for my Salon Success Intensive 4-day workshop, but they are slowly, the deadline is approaching. December 30th is the day the doors will shut. My workshop is January 16th through the 19th. And, you know, small, intimate crew. And every question you have, every I will be dotted, every T will be crossed. You will leave with an actionable plan that you can implement the very next day to help your business level up. But there will be a link in the comments for you to jump on my calendar so we can secure your seat. And yeah, that's it. Have you ever? So you guys, I'm gonna look forward to seeing your have you ever's in the comments. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock. You guys have a marvelous rest of your evening. Bye. See you later, YouTube.